studios. This is After 9 with Scott and Kat.
Happy motherfucking Canada Day, long weekend Friday.
And we're off. Hey everybody, Scott, Kat, and Dave Blezard joins us, not just because it's Friday, but for a second day in a row.
Ooh, working overtime.
How was your meeting yesterday that you had to leave early for?
Oh, it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got a lot accomplished?
Oh,
Productive as can be before a long weekend.
as can be.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
a long weekend especially. Like, honestly, getting anything done 3 days before a long weekend is miraculous.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question as a boss on behalf of fellow employees. Do you ever think to yourself, you know what? It's Friday of a long weekend. I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm sure the staff doesn't either. Send everybody home.
Oh, I don't have that jurisdiction.
So that decision is above your head?
Yeah, we also don't have a typical job of,
Right.
typical hours. So, like, for example, I can't say to you guys, hey, take off early. Because then the show
have
is
a
done
show.
at 8 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, and people are like, what the hell happened to the show? So you don't get, quote unquote, summer hours.
No, we don't.
Right,
We
right.
have never.
No.
Never
I
have.
will remind you of your other privileges.
Yes, I know.
Careful. It is officially, whether you are finished earlier or going right through till today, today is the last possible day of the school year. Kat, you've got 2 girls in school. Mm-hmm. How much did that cost you? Did you buy all the teacher gifts and do all that sort of shit?
It was kind of low key this year, to be honest with you, but I had like a weird last week of school for the kids. It's the camps that cost money, though. That's nothing. It's the amount of money it costs to put your children in camp.
Well, how much does it cost to put a kid in camp?
Let's see. So it's going to be like $600 a week for both of them. So add that up to
$600.
Yep. So this summer's, was it 5 or 6 weeks? So you do the math.
Any chance you could just put them in one of those $10 a day childcares and tell them it's camp?
They won't take. Nope. They will literally put. They are not taking school age kids because people will try.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, people are going to try. Of course, they will. They
Holy
won't take
shit.
them.
Kids, I don't know if you get lifeguard jobs or anything yet.
What, my kids?
Yeah.
No, I wish they'd work more. That'd be great.
Yeah, get them out there.
It's like,
get them
honestly,
earning.
they should pay some bills now and again.
Yeah, you eat a lot of granola bars. Like
So many snacks. What's with kids and snacks? Like all fucking day they want snacks.
all day want to eat and drink water.
Yeah,
and
like, what's
stay
up with that?
hydrated. Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
Clean clothes.
You have
A bath. Like, fuck.
You are parenting hard if you're noticing how much the kids are eating and equating that to your next grocery shop.
Oh, yeah, they eat a lot. And I have girls. And I hear with boys, it's like 10 times worse.
Teenage boys in
Teenage boys
particular.
especially, I've heard.
They'll eat the package.
They'll eat
Yeah.
all of it.
It's
Yeah.
like walking into a lion's den with
Yeah.
raw meat. You
Yeah.
basically just throw it and run. Yeah, that was an expensive era. That was bad.
I bet.
Let's see here. It is the long weekend. Are you guys doing anything for Canada Day?
So I've got a mystery. I told you guys, remember we talked a while ago on the podcast. I'm not sure if Dave was here at the time, but I told you guys about how I had plans, but I hadn't talked to the person I had plans with in months, and I wasn't sure if the plans were still happening.
Oh, do you still have plans?
So I got offered a cottage for the week. So I was like super excited, but hadn't talked to him. It's my we'll just call it my cousin, but it's my husband's cousin. But to be easy, I'll say my cousin. So I realized, and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't talked to him. Is he still inviting us up there? So messaged him. Turns out, yes, indeed, we're absolutely booked in to go there. I had no idea where this place was. It's in Quebec. So I'm going to Quebec.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Great.
I had zero
Wait a
idea.
second.
Could have been BEI.
Who has an out of province cottage that doesn't clarify that beforehand?
I heard it was near Ottawa.
Oh, there's a lot of things near.
Yeah,
say,
but
yeah.
it's 2 hours from Ottawa. But my husband also did.
Wait a second. 2 hours from
yeah,
Ottawa is
it's
not,
That's not
near
Ottawa.
Exactly. So
That's like, hold on. So we're sitting right now. We're sitting in Kitchener. 2 hours from here. That's like saying we live. We got a cottage not far from Kitchener,
Yeah.
but it's in Windsor.
yeah, it's 6.5 hours away.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
that's too far for a cottage for me.
See, but if we're staying for the week, which I think we're staying for a while, so we're going to stop part way. So we're going to stop part way, get a hotel room, that kind of thing, because kids will not last that long.
6 hours isn't a long
No,
road
that's
trip,
not bad at
though.
all.
Yeah, no, just with kids it is. So
Not really.
I don't care.
Do it like here's the way to do it, because I've done long
Please
road trips
enlighten
with
me.
kids. Yeah.
Please.
Edibles?
For the kids?
Hey, you just got to get there in one shot.
Yeah.
It's like bringing in all the groceries in one trip. If you do the road trip in one drive, you've done a good job.
Daddy made Rice Krispie squares, and you're gonna forget the whole trip.
I need this help
We'll see
though.
you in 6 hours.
I need this help though because we didn't book anything on the way back, so I need this. So
So-
what is it? What's your tips?
Legitimately, it's leave as early in the morning as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Get as much driving as you can done with as few stops as possible before noon.
Yeah.
Get lunch, whatever it is, and then you're good. Like, think about it like this.
Yeah.
If you woke up at, say, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, you got everybody ready, you got them in the car at 6 o'clock. You're going to beat a lot of morning traffic. You're going to get through most of that, and then you're going to be sailing. And the kids are probably going to go back to sleep. They're probably going to sleep most of the morning. That's my anger. Threw my phone on the
They
table.
better, damn it.
They better sleep. I think that's the best way to
Okay.
go because
Yeah.
they get up, they'll wake up, have like a mid-morning snack, or if you want to do like a brunch, breakfast, lunch, whatever you want, and then finish your trip after that.
Yeah.
Because if you guys do that, you'll be pretty much where you're going by lunch.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you're obviously a morning person because you do morning radio. You're probably up and
I'm
out
up
of the house by
anyway.
like 4 a.m. How does your husband feel about that? Like, could you do you know what? We're going to leave at 4 a.m. so the kids will sleep in the car.
Yeah, I think I could. We've done that before for flights. When we went to Florida, our flight was at 6 a.m. So everybody was up and at the airport at 4 a.m.
It just seems that there's some people, it seems like every relationship has got one person who's perfectly comfortable getting up with very little sleep and
Yeah.
another person who needs like a full 8 hours or they're a complete wreck for the rest of the day.
Yeah, if I don't get a solid 11, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
The next day.
Oh,
7 hours,
damn.
Yeah, give me some good slumber.
Use a toddler over there.
Yeah, I am looking for hibernation level of REM sleep.
So you're the one that's sleeping in the car and your wife's driving.
That's
is
right.
what you're telling
yeah.
me.
I want to wake up. I want to wake up and after 10 and a half hours of sleep, you're going, because that's what happens. Your body just
Yeah.
goes, that was too much sleep.
Yeah, it's true.
You know when you have like the perfect amount, but then you, for some stupid reason, convince yourself you could, just go back to sleep for
Sleep
another
for a
15
little bit
minutes.
longer.
Then you wake up 15 minutes later and you're like, you feel like a zombie from The Walking Dead. You're like, what happened? It was just 15 minutes. And all of a sudden there's drool all over your face. You peed yourself. No, you didn't do that. But, there's other things going on. It's just a mess.
It is.
Not worth it.
Great segue. Speaking of a mess,
Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that, but here's the deal: there's a lot of young women who are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
she cut it.
Man.
You're
sorry.
welcome, Dana Bash.
I'm sorry. We're all getting raped by our in-laws. Is that
Yeah.
what Biden just suggested?
I would
You've
like,
never been raped by your sister?
what the fuck?
I would like to be the moderator in that.
Okay.
And the response after that answer is just, what?
Yeah.
That's it.
What?
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 It-
Because that was a ramble.
Well, wow. To be fair, like the debate last night, and I've only seen highlights. I didn't watch the whole thing in real time, to be fair. Okay, so I'm seeing these highlights though. They were both a little fucky.
Terrible.
Like not good.
It was so
both not good.
You can. This is where your divisive politics will come into play because
Yeah.
nobody is willing to say that their guy was terrible.
Yeah.
Both of them were terrible.
Awful.
Yeah, 100%.
Just because one's slightly better than the other doesn't make
No.
them best.
No.
So I look at it and I go, yeah, that's like having a little bit of diarrhea
Yeah.
and saying like,
It's still
oh, that's
not good.
way better than a ton of diarrhea.
Right?
It's like, well, I don't want any diarrhea.
Yeah.
Can I have no diarrhea?
None is better.
That would be a good option. How on God's green earth is that the best that they've got?
Uh-huh.
In-
I know.
What
It's
is it?
awful.
Almost 350 million people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more than that now. I don't know. But
Yeah, it's
how?
about that. Yeah.
How is that what we are putting out there?
I know.
It gets better.
Continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had.
It's so fucking petty.
Yeah.
The one who won the debate is the one who seems a little further from dying.
That's what I mean. That's so bad.
That's bad.
That's really bad, people.
Listen, Biden was a train wreck. Even the liberals are saying Biden was bad. But what you're not hearing is any Republicans say Trump wasn't much better. He didn't make a lot of sense at times.
No.
He didn't. There was like three
Yeah.
different good opportunities for him to talk about Roe v. Wade and different topics that were important to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And he just kept going back to other things. At one point, Biden said to him, and you had sex with a porn star. And Trump came on and said, I didn't have sex with a porn star. We all know you had sex with a porn star.
Stop it.
What about talking about golf? Like, why are you fucking even talking about golf during this debate?
That was a great discussion about the handicap and who is a better golfer.
Like, why does an American citizen who's voting give a fuck?
Why do I feel like there's 8th grade, like, parliaments that are more qualified to run a country
Yeah.
right now? Like, this is
Sad.
scary.
Sad.
This is bad news.
It's sad to me too. Like, what's sad to me is Joe Biden is, in my opinion, okay, this is just an opinion, clearly going through something. I think he truly is in the early stages of something. And sure, one could guess dementia. I've seen it before though, and I'll say it seems pretty familiar to me too. If that's my grandfather, and by the way, Trump's no better. He chooses to be a dick. The way that I put it today, I had a great conversation over text during the show today. The way that I see it is like, Trump chooses to be a dick. Maybe he's slightly more clear-minded. It doesn't mean he's right, but he chooses to be a dick. Biden, I think, is confused at this point in some cases. And I feel bad for him in that way. I really do. Because if that was my loved one, I'd be like, can we just let this guy rest and chill for the rest of his life? Like, why are we doing this?
Get him
Why
a
are we-
fucking ice cream,
why-
tuck him in at 5, and
honestly,
we'll see him tomorrow morning. Like,
probably
that's
what he
all we got to
wants.
do.
Like, leave the guy be. And I'm not saying Trump should definitely step in and do the job, but I'm saying, like, it sucks that those are the options for them.
It's getting so bad, and with the ages of these guys, like the White House Correspondents' Dinner was at 3 p.m. It was the early bird special.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the blue plate special. You guys still have that hot turkey sandwich with the mashed potatoes?
Guy,
And a tea.
I'm telling you, old people fucking love hot sandwiches.
I love a hot
Honestly.
chicken sandwich. Are you kidding me?
You take meat and serve it open face on bread with
Yeah.
gravy
Oh
on
my
top.
God.
They go fucking apeshit for
Dang.
that. Old people love
Yep.
hot sandwiches.
Yeah, they do. They love sandwiches in general. I was literally just.
What a generalization.
But listen,
But they do. And I'm
it's-
not being
he's
ageist.
not
Fuck it, they
wrong.
do.
He's not wrong. I was literally just leaving our building, and for those who don't know, there's a colonoscopy clinic that's in the same building that we're in, and there was a.
So this place is filled with assholes. Is what
well,
I'm
no,
saying.
older people. There's a lot of older people that have to get colonoscopies. Is the truth.
It's true.
A lot of assholes, but older people. So this guy was in front of me, this older gentleman, and that's what he was complaining about all his way out was, I wanted to order a sandwich from the place, but the place didn't have the sandwich I like. So I thought, and I'm overhearing this conversation, kind of purposely walking slower behind him, much slower, because I wanted to hear it. And he was just complaining about how they didn't have the topping he wanted on his hot sandwich, and he ordered a tea with it, so that made it okay because he had the tea because he couldn't really eat the sandwich and he wasn't happy. And it was like that was the deal of the day. Like that made his whole world, that sandwich situation. He couldn't wait to tell that loved one that was helping him get out of the colonoscopy.
They
clinic.
love a good soup and a sandwich.
They love it.
Half and
Fuck,
half. Come
give them a
on.
trio, and holy shit, we had a trio special at the restaurant I worked at.
What's a
Old
trio
people-
special?
That's where you get a little half a sandwich,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
a little mini bowl of soup, and then you get to choose a third side.
What third side would you do?
Little
What would you
bit
do
of
with soup and a
little
sandwich?
fries,
This
little
feels-
coleslaw, little beans.
This feels a bit much.
And they would order they would be like, oh, trio. A salad, soup, salad, and sandwich. But it was only a little bit of everything.
And they'll
I'm
take
fucking-
11 hours to eat it.
See, I'd find like an old person be like, "Can I just get a cup of molasses?" I'm like, I guess. Don't know why, but that's sounds like a thing you'd want.
What is it with old people in the soup and sandwich special? Because most restaurants, if you look carefully, especially on the lunch menu, will have an offering like half a sandwich and a cup of soup, or a whole sandwich and half a
Yeah.
soup.
I'm usually disappointed that I'm not old enough for the blue plate special. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty good.
Do you have to be a certain age? Like, is that a senior meal for real?
I feel like it's like the kids' meal.
Yeah, like you could probably get away with
If
it.
you order a kids' meal, they'd look at you sideways. You'd probably get it,
Yeah.
but you're not getting the toy and maybe the dessert,
Fair.
the
Fair,
little push
though.
pop ice cream.
Maybe when we're older, all of a sudden it'll just like, sometimes they say in life, like you just flip a switch on things. It's like people who like don't think they want kids. Then suddenly they hit that age and like, holy fuck, I do want a kid, right?
Whoa,
Or I
I-
don't want to get married. Holy fuck. Right?
Whoa, I have kids.
Like the taxi cab light theory. I don't know if you know that. That's specifically for men, but it's kind of similar with older people.
What is that?
You never heard of this before?
No, the taxi light theory.
All guys. Doesn't matter who you're with. Even if it's the perfect person for you, you will not marry them. You will not propose to them until it's just whoever comes along at that moment that your cab light comes on and you go, I'm ready. It's that next person you date. You guys have never heard of it? I guess
No.
we keep it to us women. But sorry, I'll let it
You
let
girls
it go.
are keeping way too much shit to
Yeah,
yourselves.
you could
Like,
look
start
at
fucking
endless
sharing.
TikToks about it, endless videos about it, but it is the cab light theory. It's just, and it kind of, honestly, that math's on that, because there's a lot of guys who've dated and then they break up for stupid reasons and suddenly they just marry and have a family with the next person. And it seems like it's out of nowhere.
I've got friends that did that.
Yeah, that's a taxi, that's what it's called. It's just like the cab light theory. It's just like, boom.
It's like, do you think that has anything to do with people getting it out of their systems? Like getting the crazy dating or just like world experience before they get married?
I don't think it's well thought out. I don't think it's one of those things that they're thinking about. It just happens. Like, no. And then, fuck, I'm ready. I'm ready for marriage right now. Whereas like women overanalyze things. So we're overanalyzing every relationship. And I think we want to get married, but I don't know. I really want that. And other
mind your own business.
Very true. But anyway, look it up. It's a real thing.
Do you feel as if you have the same opinion in your relationship as you do in the other relationships that are out there? Like, would you take your own advice?
My own advice?
Yeah, about anything, yeah.
About anything?
About anything.
Yeah.
Like relationship-wise. Do you think you got it right?
I don't know. I mean, for myself.
I think she should be a fucking therapist. You should hear some of the shit that comes out of her mouth in the morning. It's crazy.
Well, that's fine and that's good. But my question is, would you take it? Because I'm one of those people who's very good at saying, here's how this would probably be a better situation. I'm not good at taking that advice from myself.
Really?
For some reason, it's just not good.
I do, but obviously I only come at it from my own perspective. So like I'm really bad, for example, with like when friends of mine break up or something like that. I'm bad with that because I've never had like a harsh breakup situation. So there's things that I'll pass on. So I don't think I know everything about everything, but the things that I am strongly minded about, I follow my own advice on it. Yeah.
Good.
Never been through a bad breakup.
I've never had heartbreak. I realized, you know what I realized the other day? I don't connect with those fucking sad songs like Adele and shit. And I never connected with any of that fucking slow, sad shit. I'm just like, ew, fuck, ew. And then I realized it's because I've never experienced it. I think when you I don't, like, there's good songs, don't get me wrong, but I don't relate to them in the way that some people will, and they'll cry and blah, blah. I've never been dumped in my entire fucking life.
Wow, weird
I've
flex.
never been fired.
Fuck, what a weird thing to brag about, eh?
I've
Look at
never
this
been
bitch over
fired
here.
in my life. So, like, you know what I mean? I realized, like, I think that, I know, shut up. I know I'm saying that in front of my
Knock on
boss.
wood, please.
I just knocked. Is this real?
It's not wood.
Fuck.
You're in a lot of trouble. There's no wood in this building at all.
But you know what I
Where
mean?
the
Like,
closest thing you find is like gyp rock.
but you know what I mean when you relate to things because you relate to them.
Uh-huh.
That's why. It's just like, for me, there's a divide of sorts with things like that.
Let me see if I can summarize this here. You don't get the same vibe from listening to a sad song that other people do because you've never had that kind of anguish that
Yeah.
usually happens to lead to
Yeah.
that song being created.
I've-
Like, you
yes.
probably don't even like Adele then.
I don't want to say no. Like, she has a beautiful voice, but all those songs about breaking up with people and stuff, I just don't relate to. That's it, right? Like, I've suffered loss in my life, like human loss, and that's different, I think. But no,
You lost a human somewhere?
I lost a human.
Where'd you find them?
Haven't yet. Keep
Oh,
looking.
All right, keep looking.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's all about how you relate to things. Same with when people cry in movies at certain scenes, or people feel. Some people aren't even attached to animals, for example. They don't give a fuck if they hear a story about abandoned animals. Whereas, like, if you fucking had an animal in your life, it pisses you off more than anything, right?
I think you're lucky that you haven't felt like that heartbreak or the anguish that you described, because when you become a parent, your heart heightens.
Yeah.
So
it scares
much.
me what I'm in for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're going to run into things that
Yeah.
maybe won't feel like a big deal to, say, the kids, but for you, it's going to feel like a loss.
100%.
Like, I've had this a lot lately, especially with my older daughter being a teen, and Scott, you probably can relate to this. A lot of things are going to be the last time it
Yeah.
happens, and you don't have any
Yeah.
warning. One day, your daughter's not going to run up to you and call you daddy anymore.
Uh-huh.
One day,
Has she stopped doing that, by the way?
yes.
She stopped calling you daddy? You're dad now?
Yeah, I'm dad.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to get used to.
God.
So that's going to happen
Like,
at some point.
and I'll cry, and I will.
Yeah.
See, I will feel that.
The day you get mom, instead, like, hi, mom, and you're going to go, ooh, what?
The moment she starts calling you cat,
Oh,
that's when you're going to fucking snap.
I want your I'm going to teach your kids your full name and just tell them that it's like Cat Tholomew and just have them
Don't you know?
tell you, like, call you different names every day. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So but you're right though. Your experience, it'll come.
It's based on
It's
your-
going to be
yeah.
different
Yeah, for
along
sure.
the way. But those
100%.
moments that hit, like, was there a moment for you that was like this is the last time this happened, and you don't know it in the moment, but you look back at it and go, I can't believe that was the last time that happened.
I mean, there's certain things that you know, it's the last time you're going to do it. The last time, the last day of high school, drove her to
Yeah.
school, and it was like, wow, this is the last time I'm ever going to do this. It was also the first time, by the way. I just did it once to say that I did, but I work in the morning and
You
I
did
can't
say
really
you
drive
did.
kids to school. It's
Very busy man.
not really in my wheelhouse.
No.
But either way, so certain things you know are coming, but there's other things you don't. Like with my son. I mean, I used to road trip with him every weekend to different cities across America.
Yeah.
And one day it was just over. And I had my weekends free. And, when I was doing those road trips, I used to think to myself, oh, it'd be so nice to be laying by the pool, or it'd be so nice to just get the grass cut and do stuff like that. Now, when I look back and I don't have those road trips and I've got endless time to lay by the pool, I think, fuck, I wish I had done those differently. I miss that shit.
That's life, though. I feel like so many people relate with what you just said. Because you
There-
don't realize it in the moment because you're so caught up with all the shit you have to do that when you don't have to do it anymore, you're like, I actually kind of miss some of it. Maybe not all of it, but some of it.
Is there any songs that you would hear and you would go, that song's gonna make me emotional one day, or I'm gonna relate to that one day?
I cry now, though. Like, okay, so
Do songs make you cry?
yeah, but again, it's not about like heart. It's about okay,
This
butterfly.
ain't Texas.
Can I give you an example? Like, I was at my kids' dance recital. There's a group that did a dance to Butterfly Kisses. Because it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a theme of throughout this year. So it was a Father's Day one. And whether it's a song about moms or dads, fucking just,
Yeah.
I just was like, it was so sweet. So shit like that, yeah. 100%.
Christmas shoes, and you're like, no.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Can you buy me these shoes?
Oh my God,
Because my
yeah.
mama's dead.
Cats in the fucking cradle.
That's the one. I was gonna reference that.
when he
That's-
bought the shoes, she wasn't dead yet.
Oh,
That's
well, yeah,
right.
that's right. The shoes are gonna be for when the kid meets Jesus.
I just want to see if Kat's going to cry.
That's right. That's so true. And you know what? It's a 2-for-1 special. Get Jesus some shoes too.
That's right.
Get him a fresh pair of kicks, because those sandals are looking raggedy. I don't mean to slay on G.
It looks
but-
like you were carrying a cross with those big. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Looks like you were walking through the desert with those gams.
Yep. Use some Birkenstocks.
Yeah, but Cats in the Cradle is the song
Cats in the
that I
Cradle.
was thinking of, and I was like,
Yeah.
one day, it's that last verse where it's like, where he's like, he's retired and his son's moved away. I called him up just the other day.
Yeah,
And then the son's too busy to see him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna friggin' happen. I'm like so worried about it now.
That's so funny.
With the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon.
And then you're eating your fucking hot sandwich going, ah!
I'm eating my peas and carrots. It's like, little boy blue and the man on the moon. Crying like cat.
I just want to put a bow on a couple of things here before we move on. Number one, old people love specific sandwiches, though. They're not going for your regular run-of-the-mill. Maybe this restaurant has created some new, I don't know, beef brisket with Havarti cheese on a
No.
special bun.
Chipotle BLTs.
Yeah. No. Old people want fucking club, or they want a tuna melt, or they want a
Reuben.
Reuben. They want a Reuben.
Reuben.
I like a good Reuben.
Yeah.
I'm big
Load
on-
up the Russian dressing.
I don't like
No.
the Reuben
Not
either.
big on a Reuben.
No.
No.
Club. I'm a club girl myself. I'll be one of those old lady club people. I'll be like, give me another turkey club, please.
Yeah, I like a nice turkey sandwich, a nice turkey
fucking
club
right.
that's cut into 3 pieces.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put it in a wrap. I think I'll still do that when I'm old. Do you think I'll still do that, or is that hard for an old person?
If you're doing a 3-piece of toast, like triple decker club sandwich,
Yeah.
you can't transfer
You
that to a
don't- you
wrap.
don't do it?
That's
Okay.
ignorant.
Oh, fuck.
And I don't know why
Sorry.
you would even suggest that.
I'm not there yet. I'll take notes.
Please do.
And I can't be the only one who's missing a few pieces here. So I'm just going to circle back on this. The taxi cab light.
Still obsessed.
The
Do
taxi
you
light.
want to? Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is, tell me if I understand this right.
Okay.
Guys they could be with the perfect
They
woman
could be
for
with,
them.
They could be with. Yeah.
And
Yep.
then
Yep.
for whatever reason they break up, maybe he's not ready or whatever.
Yep.
When something in his body, could be a biological clock, could be pressure from mom, whatever, as soon as that light goes off, like, oh, I'm ready to settle down.
Correct.
It's the first woman that he runs into that he has a spark with. He's going to marry that girl, even though he was with the perfect girl prior to that.
Potentially, yes. It was a Sex in the City. I do think it was a Sex in the City episode that started it.
Well,
It's
no
a
wonder all the
Sex in the
girls know it.
city and the
That's why we-
silver spoon.
Miranda Hobbs said it, and then it was true. Yeah, when they're available, their light goes on. They wake up one day and decide they're ready to settle down, have babies, whatever, and they just turn their light on. That's it. But a lot of people do believe in that when they think about their own relationship or the relationship that was that ended right before he all of a sudden was like, because maybe one day he was like, I don't want kids, I don't want this, I don't want anything serious, right? It happens all the time. And then like 2 weeks later, you find out not only are they with someone new, they're fucking engaged. Like, why did that happen? That's the taxi light theory.
Can I tell you the only thing that comes to mind? This is going to be a bit of a rant, but the only thing that comes to mind with the light, Norm Macdonald had a great story that he told. And he says this moth goes into a podiatrist's office.
A moth into a podiatrist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all
Oh
right.
my God, I feel like I've heard this.
The moth goes into the podiatrist's
yeah,
office
yeah.
and says, the podiatrist says, well, what can I do for you? And the moth says, Doc, I got to tell you, life's not going well for me right now. You know, I lost my job. Things are not going well at home. You know, my wife and I aren't seeing eye to eye. My kid, I mean, geez, like I look at him and I don't see him the same anymore. He's become more of a man than I have. And I feel like I haven't had any real part of it. I haven't really helped him grow to become the man he is today. And I'm really struggling with it. Questions about self-doubt. And I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I'm good enough for anybody or anything. And I'm just really struggling, Doc. And the podiatrist says, that's a lot. That's heavy, but I'm a podiatrist. Why did you come to me? And the moth says, oh, the light was on.
God, I miss Norm Macdonald.
I love Norm.
Norm Macdonald's great.
I have a surprise for you,
Oh.
Dave, coming up in just a few moments. However, before we get to that, one more.
Take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest rival. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I had, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
You
just
don't know
not
how
act
many
like
rounds-
children.
It's embarrassing.
Why?
Look, I'd be happy to have a drive.
I love the train wreck. I love a good train wreck, but this is not the place for it. I am really worried. We're talking about golf handicaps.
On a presidential debate.
And they're just like, you're lying. You're lying. I bet you don't even. You can't even drive 200 yards.
I've seen you golf.
I've seen you golf. Like, and That's what they're doing on stage in front of the country.
Can we talk about, like Scott said off the top, can we talk about anything important? Anything at all?
Anything.
We don't give a fuck how you golf.
Can you carry your...
I kind of do, but not right now.
Well, not in this moment. Not in this
I'm
context.
like a golfer who can
Yeah.
hit it 30 yards.
I appreciate a shit talker, like somebody who can throw some barbs and have a good roast back and forth. But it didn't sound right to hear President Joe Biden with a just the audio. It sounds very feeble. He's like, all right, you can't even carry your own bag, you son of a bitch. Like,
Exactly.
Like, give the guy a Halls, by the way. Well, how did he get out there on stage with that raspy voice? Somebody give him some honey and tea or
the
something.
debate should have been hosted by Nick Cannon, and it should have been an episode of Wildin' Out.
Honestly.
And they should have each had an entourage who could just spit bars on their behalf.
Yeah.
Matt Rife on one side, you get like Theo Vaughn on the other side.
Yeah.
Like, just let him go.
Just let it happen.
Moderated by Joe Rogan and Nick Cannon.
Can't get worse.
So I have a surprise for you, Dave.
Okay.
I was going through one of my old computers. I had to clear out the hard drive the other day. And one of the things that I found, because people DM regularly, but they're newer listeners that never actually heard when we did mornings together in Toronto way back all those years ago. Mm-hmm. So I thought, it'd be really nice to be able to play some audio at some point so people can hear it. I can do one better. As I was cleaning out my hard drive, I found the tapes.
The tapes.
The tapes. I like how you just said the tapes.
Why did my stomach turn when you said that? Which tapes are we talking about?
And they're actual tapes, by the way.
We found the piss tapes. Wait, no, I don't have any of those.
So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here. For those who don't know the connection between Dave and I, because in addition to being friends, we did work together for many, many years. And now he's the boss, and I have not been promoted even a little bit.
No.
And won't be.
No, that's correct.
So
I can't make it look like there's favoritism here. Like,
So
I'm
sorry.
You're sitting right where you are.
In fact, he treats me like shit just to prove a point.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love it here.
His new office is in the dumpster. Have you seen it?
Yeah. It's a beaut.
It's great.
I just shove the needles out of the way and I move in.
Yeah. A free mouse pad and some fentanyl.
So I found some tapes, and one of the things I found was one of your old famous phone calls.
Oh, I'm
that
nervous.
we did on the radio.
I'm nervous because I don't know which this is. I don't know. Like, I've probably forgotten most of the ones we did
Oh, really?
because we did a lot of them.
Okay. This one kind of explains, and everybody, it's going to sound a little bit different because this is 2005 or 2006, I think.
God.
This is like, we're going back a long way on this here.
Okay.
So let me play, for everybody listening to this episode of After 9, a Dave Blezard famous phone call. What's the premise for this famous phone call?
Well, it's for the secretaries or the administrative assistants. Every office has a dumbass, has somebody that everyone knows is an idiot.
Well, and the administrative professional is the one who has to deal with dumbass.
So we had some fun with those administrative assistants.
Good morning, can I help you?
Is dumbass around?
Who?
Dumbass.
That would be.
Come on, we both know what we're talking about.
No, seriously, who is that?
Dumbass.
We have a lot of them here, so you got to narrow it down to one.
Yeah. Well, who are you thinking in particular?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Dumbass. Everyone knows dumbass.
No.
Really?
Are you calling the right place?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was talking to him this morning.
Okay. No, I don't know. Who is it?
You don't know who dumbass is?
No.
Jim.
Jim. Oh,
Yeah.
he's here.
I believe so.
He was here. Yeah.
Give me another one. Dial up another one. Okay, so we're trying another one.
Michelle speaking.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How
Is dumbass in yet?
Which one? I have so many to choose from.
Well, which one do you think I'm talking about? The dumbass. The big dumbass.
Thomas.
Yes. Is he in?
On a call.
Oh, he's on a call. Oh, okay. What, okay, his voicemail or something?
Sure thing. One moment.
Thanks. Two. That's two. Okay. Give us another one here. So Jim and Thomas are dumbasses? All right. Hey, is dumbass in yet?
Who would that be?
Dumbass. The dumbass.
You mean Alan?
Yes.
Okay. He's busy right at the moment. Can I ask him to call you, or would you like his voicemail?
Yeah, the voicemail is good.
Okay.
Hello, this is Alan.
Oh, okay, another one. You got another one?
Good morning, Max. Could you hold, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Plus, some of our people specialize in commercial real estate.
Hate being on hold.
I'm sorry, you're holding for?
I actually haven't even spoken to anyone yet. I'm looking for dumbass. Is he there?
You're looking for who?
Dumbass. I was just talking to him a little while ago. I don't know if he's still there.
Who?
Dumbass.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Who's that?
The dumbass.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Come on, the
There's
dumbass.
quite a few.
Which one do you think I'm talking about?
Maybe Don?
Okay, is it Don?
Or, I don't know.
Well, who else? Who else do you think?
Maybe Rick?
Could be Rick. It was Don, but I wanted to see if you thought anyone else was a dumbass. Is Don still there?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone number or something I can get a hold of him?
I just have a home office number.
Oh, okay, that works.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
And the proof is there. Wow.
Do you remember making those calls?
Yeah.
'Cause it was- yeah?
I think so.
Did you have
Yeah.
to go through a lot that didn't have any of your bullshit before you got to the one before you got to the ones that did?
I'm not sure how to answer the question.
Well, it's weird now because I mean,
Like today, if you tried to make those calls, I wonder how that would go.
Okay, so
I
if-
kind of want you to.
if
to
you
be
tried
quite
to make,
honest.
if you tried to make that call now, number one, somebody's probably going to jam you with a privacy violation for calling them unsolicited
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
It's a very different world now.
It is.
Yeah, and I don't think I could do it.
No, that would probably be a harassment. The cops would probably show up for doing that to somebody
Jeez,
now.
eh? Wow.
It's a
The times are different.
times are very, very
Because that's
different.
funny. Like nobody got hurt. Come on.
true.
Just wasted their time.
You just wasted their time.
And I wonder if, because I didn't follow up with any of them, but I wonder if any of the offices had a conversation about it after the fact. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
did you get that phone call? And then the person's like, phone call for what? And it was like, oh, somebody called for you.
Yeah.
They called you a dumbass. And you're like, wait, what? And you put the through to me?
And you said, "Me?"
You thought I was the dumbass? Yeah, I wonder if that. I wonder if that
Yeah.
ever had any fallout. I never heard about any, so maybe not.
There's more.
What?
And in the coming weeks, maybe throughout the summer, I will try and shock you with more of you.
Yes, please.
Oh, nervous.
Oh,
now.
are you nervous? Because he's a boss.
Well, a
now.
lot of this I haven't
he's
heard.
like, oh, fuck, don't get me canceled.
Have you heard anything that was like, oh no?
There's a lot of things though, but what I try and
It was a different time,
It
though.
was a different time. What's okay?
That's what we say about racist grandparents.
No.
Ah, it was a different time.
Let it slide.
I don't want to hear that about this.
Let them keep eating their Reuben sandwich.
Yeah, did I say anything offensive? Well, it was a different time. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me that.
Maybe we won't play anymore.
Nah, I think there's a few that you could totally play that would be fine. I'm trying to think back. There was so many. There was the one where we played Marco Polo with the guy in Home Depot.
Yes, when you were lost.
Yeah, that was fun. I got a manager on the phone and tried to get him to play Marco Polo with me.
That's fun.
Oh, wow. I don't think I have many. Well, I know I have them somewhere, but I don't know where they are.
You got like 3 or 4 Marcos out of the guy before he finally said, okay, I'm going to hang up.
Enough
I'm
of
not
this crap.
doing this.
Yeah. I think I convinced him I was in the garden center.
Oh my God.
So
That's
this poor
amazing.
guy was walking around Home Depot yelling, Marco! And Dave wasn't in the store. He was in our studio.
I'm like, I think I hear you. Polo. He's like,
Oh my-
all right, enough.
Oh my
And I think at
God.
one point he's like, well, what do you, I said, I'm in this aisle. I'm wearing a red shirt with blue polka dots. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, so I'm in aisle 34 now. I don't see it. I'm like, no, it's a blue shirt with red polka dots. And I kept changing what I was
Oh
wearing.
my God.
It's so stupid. I can't believe that was my job.
But it's so funny.
Okay, we are on vacation, everybody. Next week, we will be off. No new episodes of After 9, and I might not even go on social media. Like, I feel like I need a vacation.
Good.
We have been going nonstop basically since Christmas with just long weekends. So I need a break. Kat needs a break. I don't think you get a break, do you?
Are you off next week?
What does that mean?
I know.
Break?
Even if you're off, you're not really off.
Most
right?
of the time people are off. I'm not.
You're not.
Because I'm the guy in case something goes wrong.
Right.
Well, I'm like that all the time, but
Yeah.
it's even heightened when there's other people away.
It's funny. Sometimes I'll be talking to him, like just at night, shooting the shit, talking about, I don't know, wrestling or golf or something like that. The amount of things that come to his phone at random hours is insane. When he says he's busy, he's lying. He's really busy.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm not just busy. I'm like supremely busy.
Some of the stupid shit you have to
I was
deal
gonna
with is
say-
mind-boggling.
I bet you deal with some stupid shit too.
I will say-
a good mix of valid
Yes.
shit that you have to deal with and stupid shit.
A lot of it's relative. Like
Right.
one person's problem might not matter to someone else, but in that moment,
Yeah.
if I can help that person with their problem, then great.
Yeah.
That's why you're a good guy.
So I got to be fleet-footed.
I have respect for people who manage people. I really do. My husband did for years. He doesn't manage people anymore, thank goodness. But at one point, he got a call at 3:00 in the morning from a guy who complained that he's pretty sure somebody took candies from his coat that was hanging up at work still.
Oh.
And he thought that was worth a call to his manager at 3 a.m.
Oh, I've had calls like that.
What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, this is why I have respect for you, because I couldn't do that. I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem? That's how I would respond, and I shouldn't respond that way.
I get 3 a.m. phone calls about like toner cartridges.
That's not.
I've had that happen, and I'm like,
that's
I don't know what a toner cartridge is at 3 p.m.
In fairness,
Don't
that's
ask me
not
at
my
th-
job.
Don't ask me at 3 a.m.
during the work hours.
you did text him at 5 a.m. once to tell him we were out of water.
Did I do that? Well, I didn't.
Yes,
I
you
did. I
did.
do that before?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was fucking parched. Okay.
Dave, do we owe any apologies here?
Let's start with an apology to all the
I had
bosses.
to DoorDash water to the station. No,
You did not.
I didn't.
Okay, sorry to all the bosses who get asked a lot of questions about leaving early on the Friday before the long weekend.
We bugged the shit out of you. Clearly.
I get it all the time. Deep
And
apology.
she's probably got a giant fucking mug full of water somewhere, but it didn't come out of the machine here.
Look at this giant jug that she's drinking from.
Listen, I talk for a living, and you know that. Mm-hmm. You guys pay us money to talk, so we need to be hydrated.
Is that like a day's worth of water for you? How do you
It's
carry
a
that?
half
I
day.
have 3 of these.
Oh,
Actually, I
shit.
have, well, 2.5. 2.5, something like that.
You should get a cart and just wheel around all the water you plan on drinking that day. That'd be great. Get a cart.
Like a suitcase? Like I just wheel it?
Just
like a
wheel it
wheeling
around.
suitcase.
With
There
a
you
straw?
Go.
I have to finish one by noon.
Dave made me do this so I never bug him about water again.
I remember the morning after my daughter was born, I got a phone call about water.
Yes, and that was
like-
not me, for the record. That was not me.
I think everybody got an email, but like Dave's baby is here. He's
We-
gonna be off for a little while. And then I got a text. We're out of water.
We didn't want to ask you anything
Don't.
during that time.
No.
We didn't, and we didn't. We were good.
That was not the time to ask me for anything.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the apologies here. Deep apologies to anybody with teenagers. Formal regrets are owed to people who have cottages in Quebec. Sorry to anyone who loves a good hot sandwich like the presidential nominees. Remorse is directed to those whose parents didn't drive them to school. Oh, it's probably hard. I think that we should be sorry to taxi drivers who have their lights on their car. I don't know. I didn't fully understand what we were talking about. But apologies to taxi drivers.
Google it.
Apologies to Norm MacDonald for probably butchering the moth joke. We are sorry to all dumbasses out there
Dumbass.
You know who you are.
Whether you do know or do not know who you are owed an apology. And finally, going into the long weekend, we apologize to Mike Tyson, not for any reason in particular, other than it's just a good idea.
We will see you guys on Monday, July the 8th. Have a great week. And if you need a little more of us, go back because there's like 6,000 hours of archived podcasts. Feel free to go back and listen.
Enjoy it. Bye.